All right, boys and girls, we're going to start with Luca up top, 11-3. That price is a little bit more digestible going up against San Antonio. Let me see what's going on with Luca. What has he been doing? 63, 52, 51. All right, doing Luca things. Nothing, we've been getting 60, 70, and 80. 80, 60, and 70 3 weeks in, so a lot of high scores out here. You got Ingram at 9.1. I'm still not a believer in Ingram. He's in play 37, 22, 44, 34, 53. But if you look at the last 5 games, the problem I have with Ingram is right here, plain as day. His floor is 22. If that's your floor, I'm not paying 9K for you because you could possibly do that to me. I'm not trying to have that. We're getting, you need 400 on DraftKings and 500 on FanDuel. You got to let that sink in. I'm not playing a guy at 9K that his floor is 22 fantasy points. He's not a bad play. Wings are great against the Lakers. We know that. But if I'm playing one lineup, it won't have Brandon Ingram in it. Fox is in play. Kyrie 8.3, been playing very well this season. Reeves is in play, looks a lot better with Russell coming off the bench. Derek White's okay. I like him better with one of the Jays are out. Brandon Boston price is coming up a little bit, but he is a wing, so he gets a little bit of a bump. I'm going to pass on Paul. He doesn't shoot enough for me. Keontae George plays for Utah. That's already one strike. Same with Sexton. What did George end up doing on that showdown slate? He played 31 minutes and 27 fantasy points. They're never going to let anybody be great. I can't wait till I get to marketing. I want to see something. I want to show y'all something. We'll get there shortly. Russell off the bench, 57. I don't think I need him on a 4-game slate. Mitchell, no thank you. Holiday, no thank you. He doesn't shoot enough. If Holiday can't go, give a little bit of a bump to Pritchard and another little bump to White. Not interested in Noel. Not interested in anybody else down here. Let's go to shooting guard. Jaylen Brown, 79. That price is disrespectful. Absolutely in play. Grady Dick's in play. Agbaji's in play. Is Vassell playing more than 20 minutes? 22 minutes. You could look at the game log, see 28 fantasy points, try to play him, and then he's going to play 20 minutes to give you 14 fantasy points, and then you're going to be mad at the world. I need his minutes to come back up. It's all math with me. It's how many minutes you're playing, what's your fantasy points per minute, is anybody else on your team out, your usage, your salary, all that I take into consideration. When I say a name and I pause, that's because I'm tallying that in my head to give y'all an honest answer. I don't want to lie and say yeah or whatever. Vassell in 22 minutes at 5.6K. I don't think we need to do that on a 4-game slate. 5.6 times 6. That's what you're looking for. What's the probability of him doing that in 22 minutes? That's the question I always ask myself with these players. Herder, I gotta see if DeRozan's in or out. DeRozan, that's Friday. What's going on Saturday? Lower back tightness. So I don't really know about Saturday yet, but we'll cross that bridge. Reeves is fine. Dick, Agbaji, spoke about that already. Klay Thompson is washed. If for some reason Luka can't go, Klay gets a little bump, but he's washed. That's why he's 5,500. Castle's in play. No Reddish from me. I'll give Next a little bit of a bump if Rui can't go. I wouldn't even be surprised if Net takes Rui's job at some point, because he's fallen off a little bit, but that's a conversation for another time. Braun 10.4. He's playing carefree, and he's absolutely dangerous. 4 straight triple doubles. You got to play him. I don't believe he's priced over Tatum right now. This is craziness. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying the fact that he's 40 years old and his fantasy value is still this high is crazy. They're both in play. I give the edge to LeBron because the Lakers need LeBron and AD to be great. Tatum could have an off night, and Brown and White can do their thing. And Pritchard. RJ Barrett. He started off hot. Like a bottle of Pepsi. You know, you open a bottle of Pepsi and you get that nice little sizzle, that little fizzle, then it goes flat. Yeah, that's what happened to fucking RJ Barrett. He's a big bottle of Pepsi. When he figures out how to give us fantasy points on a consistent basis, I'll holler at him. Now on a 4-game slate, he's in the player pool, but I'm not trying to play him, to be honest with you. My one lineup. If I'm playing 3-4 lineups, I'll sprinkle some of him around. Or one of him. I'll throw him in a lineup. Murphy. I still need his minutes to come up. Alright, 30 minutes. That was tonight. Or last night, Friday night. Minutes came up, fantasy points came up, as expected. I did have him in my original build, but with all that news coming out, no Karl Anthony Towns and all this other stuff, I don't think I got to him, but he's a good play. He's a sensational player, 5.6K, back to 30 minutes. Not interested in Keldon Johnson, not really interested in Najee Marshall, unless Luka was out and he started. Not going to talk about the Dallas starting lineup the other day. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not. Did I address that already? I think I did address that, but I'm not even gonna touch on it. Maxi fucking Kleber. Wow. Anyway. Who else down here we playing? Nobody really. Alright, before we go to power forward, if you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. If you're struggling to cash, you need help, you don't have time to wait for starting lineups, you don't have time to wait for the news that's coming out 15 minutes before lock, no problem. I can help you. Check out the Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. Super chats are open. And everything else should be in the description. And let me be honest with you. The reason these scores are so high is because of the late news and certain people being able to address that news and update their lineups, and people, at work, busy at home, driving, not able to get to it in time, and that's why these scores are so high. When you take a bench player that's 3K, 3,500, and you insert him in a starting lineup, and you swap him into your fantasy lineup, that allows you to pay up for higher fantasy producing players, right? And that's what's leading to these increased fantasy scores. So if you're not able to be on top of the news and you don't have a service helping you, then if you're constantly playing and you're constantly losing, then I try to figure something out. All right, let's go to power four. And I'm not saying that that's the end all be all, because some of us are still putting up 330, 340, 350 and barely cashing. 370 on FanDuel, barely cashing. You know what I'm saying? It's a different world right now. Let's go to power forward. All right. Marketing. Mr. Marketing. Last 5 games, 11, 26, 38, 27, and 22. 17, 29, 36, 31, and 24. The very first game, he had 50 fantasy points. And you mean to tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is it? Hold on. I want to make sure I get this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next 7 games, he was injured all 7 games. That's what you mean to tell me? Yeah, all right. Let me tell you exactly what's about to happen. They're gonna fuck with marketing all year long to tank. They're letting Collins get the burn so they could trade him off. So they want him to look good so they could trade him for pieces or picks or whatever it is. That's what's happening right now. That's why Collins is able to go out there and do what he's doing. Look at the difference in fantasy points. 55, 36, 57, 46. Look at the difference in minutes. 31, 25, 29, 34, 36. It's so transparent, it's disgusting. Collins is in play. Murray's in play. I'm not really interested in PJ Washington, to be honest with you. I'm not interested in Filipowski. Power forward is really weak. Let me see. I got Murray, I got Collins, I got Trey Murphy, I got Braun, I got Tatum. I don't really need anybody else, to be honest with you. Let me give y'all another tip, and don't say I ain't tell y'all nothing. Whenever you play in a short slate and one position is very weak, that's where you spend up at. You spend up in the weak position, and then you find value in the other positions where they have more of a variety of better players. So like I just said, for example, I just said power forward is very weak, right? So the lowest I'll probably go is Trey Murphy because I do like Trey Murphy. I'll play Trey Murphy. He'll probably be one of my first people in, and then I'll work around that. The reason I'm doing all that is to prevent myself from punting with a cheap player that I'm not happy with that could potentially fuck up my lineup. You feel me? All right. Wemby, 11-1, having a lot. He had 56 fantasy points against AD, but he should do a lot better against Dallas. Fire up Wemby. AD, 10.6K. Fire him up. Sabonis is always in play. Jakob Poeltl, 7.6K, playing like an Eastern Conference All-Star. Gafford. Oh, I can't even look at the word Gafford because, they start Gafford. He goes to the locker room. Lively has a historical game. You start Lively. He goes to the locker. I'm lying. He gets in foul trouble, and Gafford has the historical game, like clockwork. Everything can't be a coincidence. Everything. It's like we're doing this for years now. We're doing this for years. The people that don't see it, just keep giving your money away. I mean, we giving our money away too, but at least we know what we're getting ourselves into. Some people just don't understand what's happening. Gafford and Lively, man. I'm going to have to take a pass on them because, like, the one that starts always fucked up. If it's not Gafford living in the back, it's foul trouble. It's always something. Missy, we could take that shot at 5,200. The rest of these guys, I'm not touching. Maybe Al Horford if he's your last man in. If they start Quetta, I mean, he started last game. Only he's playing 21 minutes a game. I don't think I want to do all that. I think I want to play players that's going to be playing 28 minutes and up, even if they are $4,700. Because if the ball don't bounce your way in that 21 minutes, guess what? You're not winning shit. You feel me? Who else is here? No one. Listen, I held y'all too long. I'm gonna go on and get out of here. Do appreciate y'all taking time to watch my video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. Check out the Patreon link in the description. Check out the channel memberships right here on YouTube. And I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.